Guys, it is finally that time. The Prelude is all done. The manual swap is complete. As you just saw, the car moves under its own power. I'm just beyond excited right now to have this car finally driving again and to have successfully pulled off this entire manual swap. A lot went into this job, as you guys saw, at least a fraction of it. And guys, if you plan on doing something like this, just take your time, be patient, and be thorough. That's kind of my biggest pointers I can give you throughout this entire experience. But guys, the Prelude is running. We can go ahead and take it out for a drive, and I'll get the GoPro set up so you guys can see my horrible manual driving skills, because I am actually learning right now. Don't laugh, don't be too harsh on me in the comments. But guys, the Prelude runs. I have one more thing I want to do before we actually take it out, and I'll show you guys that real quick. So here's what the interior looks like all done. Steering wheel's back on, shifter's in there, pedals are in there. And actually I'll hop over real quick and just show you guys, shut the door so it's not that loud. Down here you have the wiring from the automatic shifter, and the only wiring I had to do for this entire manual swap, you can see right here. Took the connection off of the shifter. I de-pinned everything except for this black and white wire. There's two strands that come out that you need to connect together. That basically tricks the car into thinking it's in neutral or park, I believe, and that's what allows you to turn an automatic car that's now manual swapped to turn it on. And then the other two wires, the green and the yellow, are basically tapped into the manual transmission reverse lights, that switch that's on the manual tranny I showed you in the last video. I ran the wires right there and they butt connect onto those wires. So I checked, the reverse lights work, the car obviously starts. I did have an issue starting it before where I had actually grounded my positive wire for my starter. I thought that the signal wire was the power wire for the starter, and I was grounding what was actually the power wire, so I couldn't actually start the car. It would click once and then nothing would happen. So I took the battery out, the starter out, went to the auto parts store to have them test it, and the lady that actually tested the starter made a good point that it's not in fact the negative wire, but it is in fact the power wire. So went back home, everything works, car started up no problem. And yeah, I think what I want to do actually before we go and take this thing for a drive, the pedals are well, I'll just show you. If we look at the manual pedals, you can see that there's grip, or the basically OEM pad is still on the gas pedal, but these two are just metal pedals. There's nothing, there's no rubber on them, there's nothing. So I'm actually gonna fix that today with a quick and easy little DIY. Now, to do this little hack, you're gonna need three simple things: a screwdriver, any will do, flathead, Phillips, whatever. You're gonna need a sharp knife, a razor blade, and you're gonna need some good old-fashioned skateboard grip tape. This isn't technically meant for skateboards unless it's a really thin skateboard, but it's, I don't know, I just ordered plenty of it. It's wide enough that it will cover the pedals, and obviously it's sticky on the back, so it will stick to the pedals. So let's go ahead and do that to the brake and the clutch pedal. All we're gonna do is take a sheet of cutout grip tape. I'm gonna peel the backing off of the back of the grip tape, and if you've ever done this on a skateboard, re-gripped a skateboard, then you know exactly how this process goes. But we're gonna go ahead and take that off, and we'll stick it onto the pedal. And once you have it stuck on, you want to go ahead and just grab your screwdriver, and you're going to basically run it along the edges to kind of make a defined line of where the pedal is. So you can tell as I basically run this over the edge, it kind of makes an outline. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it makes an outline of where the pedal is, and it's going to make cutting the excess grip tape off a lot easier. Go ahead and grab your knife and carefully cut away all the excess. And once you have everything cut out, that pedal is all set. I'm just gonna kind of push over any of the edges that are still on there, and that should give us some nice grip. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same process on the clutch pedal. And just like that, we've got some new-ish pedals that have some nice new grip tape on it. So now my feet won't be flying off the brake and the clutch pedal when they are desperately needed right now. So let's actually hop in the car, take it for a spin. So let's switch over to GoPro. Welcome to the new manual swapped 3rd gen Prelude. This is gonna be exciting. I'll try and open up as many windows as I can, except for the one you guys are mounted to. That way you guys can hear the exhaust and kind of the Motor's notes, clutch pedals got some good bounce back. I think I could possibly do a better job bleeding it if I had a second set of hands, but for now, I think it's gonna be okay. We can get into all of our gears: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. And like I said, the reverse lights do work, so that's great. It's almost like it came from the factory like this. So let's go ahead and get on out of the driveway, which is a hill, so it's always fun right from the get-go. I think I need to adjust my seat. Woo! Gangster lane. I'm learning how to drive stick like right now, so you guys are seeing it happen. I'm really understanding now how important your seat placement is when it comes to driving a manual. Like, you need to be able to be very comfortable pushing in the clutch all the way, all the pedals really. You need to be good space from your shifter so you can really grab onto all the gears. Yeah, guys, we're doing it. We are driving the 3rd gen Prelude, and we're doing it manually. I'm so stoked, guys. Like, words don't even do it justice. You guys have seen how long I've been working on this, how long we've been talking about doing it, which is like probably 5 or almost 6 months now. Pretty much when Dave got his 2nd gen Prelude, which is stick shift, and after driving that for a little bit, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I'm just beyond excited to have this thing finally stick. Guys, if you have the opportunity to do it to your car, highly recommend it. Upshifting, pretty much got that down, I think. It's really downshifting that I'm trying to perfect. Yep, see, like that let out the clutch a little too quick on that one. I'm trying to practice rev matching. That was better. It's tough, but you know what? This is how I learn. You know, you just gotta go out and do it. Get some reps. First gear is definitely the hardest. Those were not that clean. I was adding a little too much gas and letting out the clutch again a little too quick. So I think I'm at least pretty in tune with how I'm doing. I think I can pretty much easily tell when it's not a good shift, both upshifting and downshifting. So I'm just practicing, you know, just getting it. We're also not used to having to kind of focus on so many things while I'm driving. Like, I've always just had, you know, gas and brake, and that's kind of it. But now, clutch, gas, brake, what gear I'm in, along with all the extra things, turning on your blinker, messing with the stereo, messing with the air control, it's just, it's crazy. Now it's great, because like this guy is riding my tail for no reason as we're properly doing the speed limit. But before, in the automatic Prelude, I would kind of just be SOL, if you will, and I can't really do anything. But now, we can downshift and get out of there. And it's just amazing, guys. Oh, it's so good. I am so pumped. Oh, that was not a good one. But I think you guys can tell, at least the Prelude runs fine. At least for the most part. I keep an eye on all my gauges. The coolant I obviously replenished when I finished the manual swap, put in new coolant. And temp gauge has been fine, gas gauge is working fine, tach is working fine, speedo does not work. And I believe because the speedo does not work, my odometer has also stopped working. So I guess for now at least, the Prelude is forever stuck at 78,092 miles, which isn't bad, you know? 78,000 miles on a 32-year-old car, I'll take it. But it just isn't going to keep counting unless I were to replace the speedo and the gauge cluster. Actually, I shouldn't say or, you have to do both. So it is what it is. You know, the speedo didn't really even work all that well before I did the swap. It would sometimes work, sometimes not work at all. So it's really, I'm kind of used to driving this car, and it's a plus, especially learning how to drive stick. I keep resting my hand on that. I'm trying not to. I know it's bad. Good thing is I know what the tones of the motor sound like, so I kind of know when I'm supposed to shift and all that, but obviously it's still learning how to do it manually, which is the hard part. Ooh, that was a good one. I get so pumped when I properly rev match. It's great. I've probably stalled a bunch of times. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't the first time I've taken the Prelude out. I did take it out off camera. I was just too excited. It wasn't the right time of day or anything to get the camera out, and I just really wanted to test out the car, and I did get a little bit of practice in before this video. But guys, I'm just again just so excited to finally have a 5-speed manual car, one that I put together. It's so cool to have it being an automatic beforehand and then seeing it now. It's amazing. So, like I said, if you guys have the opportunity to do a swap on your car, you really like the car that you're in, but it's an auto, take the time, man, figure out how to do the swap, see how easy it is. It's so worth it. That's all I'll say. And I'm just saying that from driving this car for like a couple days. Like, I haven't even really gotten the full benefit of this yet. I'm still just learning, and I'm telling you how freaking awesome it is. I should have done this way sooner, but we got it done. The ability to go down in a gear is the most amazing thing ever. In the automatic, I could drop it into like sport mode. Didn't really do it justice. It would still be bogged down so much, and it was honestly miserable. It was not fun to drive. Well, I take that back. The Prelude was fun to drive. The automatic was not fun. I actually hated that gearbox from the get-go. Ever since I drove the Prelude, like highway speeds, driving this car on the highway just wasn't even fun because fourth gear was just revving out at like 4.5 grand doing 60 miles an hour. So it was just, never felt good for the motor, which is crazy because with it being an automatic or an OEM automatic transmission, you would think that they would, or at least make it drive a little bit better, but it really, I mean, it is 32 years old, but it really didn't drive all that great. I mean, as soon as I started driving this with a manual transmission and properly gearing, I'm learning, but already I can tell that the motor just likes it way more. It's not over revving, it's not under revving, it's not like bogging itself down trying to get up a hill in fourth gear. So it's so much better. Basically from now I'm gonna have to kind of keep an eye on things, keep an eye on fluids. I noticed my power steering belt was a little loose for some reason. Probably totally unrelated to the transmission, but it's the only problem I've really noticed is the power steering. So I just got to keep an eye on stuff and make sure everything's working as it should. While we're on our way back, I may as well kind of key you guys in on what's up next for the Prelude. So right now my tires are pretty bad in their current situation because I drove down to H2O in this car. I drove down to freaking Alabama and back in this car. So these tires have seen better days, and I believe they're actually okay to flip. So I'm basically just gonna flip my tires because I run camber, or at least not right now, but when my car is normally set up, I run camber. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip the tires, and then that should basically give me some newer tread to work with for at least, should get me through the summer, I'm hoping. But it'd be good to do that, get an alignment, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we can kind of work on the fitment, make sure everything is looking good. I want to continue buffing all the paint because it needs it, and then we can get back to doing this whole interior. We only got the suede headliner in right now, but I have the rest of the interior to do, basically converting it all to black. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. Now that we have the Prelude back to where it's driving again, we should be able to oh, it's so good. We should be able to move on to other things and go back to making the car look as good as it can. So that's kind of what's next, what's in store. I'm going to make a lot more updates with this car. In fact, if you guys enjoyed my POV photography video I did with the F30, I'm going to do the same thing with this car, I think, and go out basically get some shots, some freaking pictures of this car. It's been sitting in the garage for 2 months, and yeah, that's really what I'm excited for, is just to get out, drive it, take pictures of it, do all the car things that we should be doing right now if it wasn't for COVID, but it's still gonna be a good time. Still psyched to have this thing just driving again. I just, I'm really just, I'm humbled that I actually got to do it. I had so much help. I'm humbled by all the help, all the people that reached out to me, even sometimes when I didn't even ask, just to give me help when I had questions throughout this whole thing. So I wish I could like put an entire list. I'll try and maybe even throw up as many names as I can, but just all the people that helped me. So guys, never have doubt in the freaking Prelude community. There are so many people out there who are willing to help just out of their goodness of their own heart. So thank you all to each and every one of you that reached out to me or helped me when I had asked for help. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to do this without your help. So thank you so much, guys. And just know that I am one happy Prelude owner right now, and I just cannot wait to get working on other things on this Prelude and continue where we left off before the manual swap. So thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please hit that sub button, bell notification if you want to know when I upload. If you like this video, if you like this entire Prelude swap transition, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you guys want to see on the Prelude next. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Keep elevating, stay safe, and peace out.